Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to confess to you that I'm a closet technology lover. Now I don't talk much about it because frankly I don't want to be asked to teach anyone about technology. Seriously, I think I'd rather stab myself in the eye than do that. But today I'm going to make an exception because I think it's important. So often I'm an early adopter, as was the case many years ago when the real estate marketing software Top Producer released version 7i. The I meant internet, and it was the first major web-based marketing platform for realtors. So at the time, I was already sending regular emails to my database, and I excitedly wrote the first one in this new system. I hit send, and a few seconds later, my assistant shouted from the other room, "Jason, I think we have a problem." And almost immediately, both of our cell phones and all of the office phones began ringing off the hook. So my email was the lucky one that triggered a bug they hadn't discovered, and it was causing the system to send the same email to everyone in my database over and over again. And by the time they caught it, each person in my database received over 1,000 copies of the same email. I mean, can you imagine the shitstorm that this created? Not only did I piss off a lot of my past clients, but now they had to spend their valuable time deleting hundreds and hundreds of emails. It was so bad that the CEO of the company at the time sent a personal letter of apology to everyone in my database explaining what had happened. Now, ultimately, I found a way to use this adversity to my advantage. People understood I didn't do that intentionally, and once they calmed down, I remember sending a postcard with some goofy image, and it said something like, "Send me a referral and I promise not to send you 1,000 postcards next time." I must have had some guts when I was younger. So it definitely got people talking about me, and although I was able to turn it around and even generate a few referrals from all the contact I was having with people in my database, it's not the most enjoyable way to generate a referral, I promise. So this week, when my current marketing platform announced that they were releasing a completely rebuilt email system, you can be sure I was on that webinar to see what was up. And what I learned this week about email while I was on that webinar is important to everyone who's self-employed and sends regular emails to their database. So all of the major marketing platforms keep a close watch on the quality of emails people send through their service. They do this because they want to maintain a high rate of deliverability, which just means they want as large of a percentage of your emails as possible to land in the inbox instead of the spam folder. So for example, let's say you use MailChimp. A company that big is going to have a certain number of people who abuse email. And if they didn't pay attention to the kind of emails being sent through their platform, it wouldn't take long for an email client like Gmail to start putting everything that comes from MailChimp into spam folders. Then users of MailChimp would think the service is bad and they would switch to a different marketing platform. So to keep this from happening, these larger companies will take the bad actors and put them in a separate sending group. It's like email jail. And conversely, those who send high quality emails that get opened and read by their audiences get put into their own good group. Now, they're not going to notify you which group you happen to be in, and they probably wouldn't even tell you if you asked. But as you can imagine, if you get stuck in the bad actors group, then your emails are very likely going to go to spam. So I'm assuming that, like me, you work really hard on the messages that you send to your database and you hope that people will open and read them. And at this point, you could go Google avoiding spam folders and quickly end up going down a rabbit hole. But instead of doing that, I thought I would save you some time. So below this email, I've linked 2 resources that I found that could help you do the same sort of checkup that I did after I watched that webinar to check your own emailing practices and hopefully get more of your messages read when you send them out. So that's what I learned this week, you guys. What about you? Was it this or was it something else? Do you maybe have your own funny email story that you'd be willing to share? Drop down and leave it in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. As always, thanks for watching and for allowing me space in your inbox. My name is Jason Edwards, and let's go think bigger this week.